Early in the morning, the Russians targeted these Ukrainian military positions and launched an assault. A column of 6 vehicles advanced in the attack, but Ukrainian artillery was ready and immediately unleashed a barrage of fire on the enemy. The column consisted of 2 tanks and 4 armored personnel carriers, which were the priority targets to be eliminated first. The first hits on the Russian armored vehicles have landed, but they don't inflict critical damage, so the column continues moving, veering off the road into an open field. At this moment, Ukrainian forces fire an anti-tank missile, successfully destroying one of the tanks. Another shot, but unfortunately this time it misses. The armored vehicles with infantry are now very close. Despite this, a Ukrainian soldier dares to rise slightly from the trench to take another shot. However, the shell misses the target and detonates further out in the field. The Russian tank opens fire, covering the infantry disembarking from the APC. Another shot rings out from Ukrainian positions. The shell flies close to the tank but misses its target. While firefights rage in the trenches, Russian vehicles begin to retreat. However, artillery and anti-tank weapons strike them relentlessly, gradually destroying their ranks. Two vehicles have already been eliminated, while the others continue moving but also come under fire and sustain damage. Ukrainian forces held their positions and destroyed a significant amount of enemy equipment. Some Russian soldiers were captured, while others were dealt with by artillery. This large, well-prepared and fortified Russian convoy, equipped with various anti-drone systems, is advancing for an assault. Their actions are coordinated, and at first glance everything seems to be going according to plan. However, at one point, the driver of the lead vehicle makes a mistake and misses a turn. He is forced to reverse, causing a delay for the entire convoy. The convoy halts at a single point, unable to move forward, giving the artillery a chance to target them and open fire. Next, the column stretched out, with some vehicles separating and taking a different route. At one point, they decided to cross a field which turned out to be mined. As a result, several units of Russian equipment survived and managed to retreat, while the rest were destroyed by artillery and mines. Artillery and drones obliterate this column of Russian armored vehicles, attempting to breach Ukrainian positions in the Donetsk region. The equipment burns while the Russians are forced to retreat on foot. A reconnaissance drone spotted them taking shelter in a tree line and directed artillery, which began delivering precise strikes. The abandoned vehicles are systematically finished off by kamikaze drones. A Russian APC departs from its fortified position in an industrial area and heads toward Ukrainian trenches. As it leaves the boundaries of the industrial zone, it almost immediately finds itself in an open field, passing by already destroyed vehicles. However, this maneuver did not catch the Ukrainian soldiers off guard. Armed with an anti-tank launcher, they patiently waited for the perfect moment to strike. When the moment arrived, the soldiers fired remotely, guiding the missile using the targeting system displayed on their monitor. Their efforts were not in vain. The target was successfully hit. Moreover, the strike was exceptionally impressive, sparking a wave of genuine excitement among the Ukrainian soldiers. After the strike, the vehicle continues to move. But notice how the crew in panic jumps out while on the move and flees across the open field towards the nearest bushes. In the end, the entire crew, including the driver, abandons the combat vehicle, leaving it motionless in the field with its doors wide open. This greatly simplifies the task for the drone, which delivers a precise strike and completely destroys the vehicle. After some time, the Russians made another attempt. But this time they used smoke screens and launched their reconnaissance drone into the air. 2 infantry fighting vehicles were deployed for the attack. One of them was neutralized by a Ukrainian drone almost instantly. Part of the crew fled while the rest attempted to return to their base. However, another drone strike completely disabled the vehicle. Meanwhile, a little further away, a Russian tank was waiting for the arrival of vehicles with infantry. Only one vehicle arrived, moving in tandem with the tank. A Ukrainian drone pursued the APC and struck it, but the additional armor saved it. A mine detonated near the tank, causing no significant damage, but triggering panic in the APC driver, who began to retreat. In the distance, a Ukrainian tank appeared. Its presence forced the Russian tank crew to make the same decision: retreat. The Ukrainian drone continued to monitor the enemy vehicles and delivered another strike on the damaged APC. This time, the strike caused a fire that completely destroyed the vehicle. Only the Russian tank was able to return to its positions. The target for Ukrainian forces is not always a large concentration of vehicles. Even a single unit can become an important target for destruction. Every destroyed enemy vehicle is a step towards weakening the opponent. This Russian tank, followed by a kamikaze drone, was no exception. The first attempt was unsuccessful due to counter-radar systems, likely installed on the tank. But the drone did not crash and was redirected for a second strike. The tank starts burning, though it continues to move. After the vehicle came to a complete stop, another drone was directed towards it. A visible trail of fuel or oil follows the tank. A precise strike increases the size of the fire, and from this angle it is clear that the tank is seriously damaged and no longer capable of moving forward, even if it wanted to. The fire intensifies and eventually a dramatic detonation occurs. After several explosions, the remaining fuel around the tank prevents the flames from being extinguished and contributes to the destruction of the munitions inside the tank, ultimately obliterating the vehicle. The equipment burns out, and meanwhile we move to the Kursk region, where a BM-21 Grad is firing from a position concealed by trees. However, there's no hiding from HIMARS. A precise strike obliterates the multiple launch rocket system. Watch as the explosion sets off a chain reaction, with rockets from the launcher detonating and scattering. These Russian soldiers capture on video as a small Ukrainian drone destroys their tank right in the middle of a field in the Kursk region. Here are their thoughts. Caught on camera. The destruction of heavy equipment is becoming an increasingly common sight on the battlefield. These unique moments will undoubtedly make their way into history books. Ukrainian soldiers were stunned when they saw something unusual ahead of an infantry fighting vehicle. A soldier riding a bicycle. Yes, on a bicycle. At first, it seemed like some kind of mistake, but upon closer inspection they realized the soldier was indeed pedaling. It's hard to believe, but the video speaks for itself. The armored vehicle was destroyed by drones, and as for the cyclist, it's not difficult to guess his fate. A group of 2 quad bikes attempted to break through to Ukrainian positions at high speed. However, the first quad bike detonated on a mine, and the crew of the second, without hesitation, abandoned it in the middle of the field and fled to the nearest cover. At that moment, drones were deployed targeting and destroying all detected objectives.
Hello guys, today we will coloring on our Mickey Mouse with yellow color. So look how our color is going on. Let's play. पहले इसके कान करते हैं कलर, फिर इसका बाकी हिस्सा करेंगे जैसे हम अपनी हर वीडियो में करते हैं। एक कान इसका हो चुका है रेड, सो येलो। अब हम इसके दूसरे कान की तरफ जाते हैं। So guys, our yellow Mickey Mouse is ready, and this is our final color. This is so beautiful, Mickey Mouse in yellow color. So please subscribe our channel and press the like button.